Sharp came here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which you can find at Amazon.com. And the question of the day is, how do you win women over? How do you win women over? Now, man, they wrote a whole book about this shit. You know, the how to win. What's the name? The name of the book? How to Win Friends and Influence People. A book by what's the guy's name? A book by Dale Carnegie. Yeah, book by Dale Carnegie. They wrote a book basically how to win friends and influence people. And basically, if you haven't read the book, I think you should go get it. And I'll put the link below of this video. But to sum the whole book up, the book is a collection of things you should do to get the results that you want. So in actuality, the book is a list of protocols. They kind of give you a framework of how you should act, things you should do, how you should present yourself. So, you know, this is why I always say is you have to have a code of conduct. You have to have a way. Certain things have to be put in place daily for you, daily, weekly. Or if you have goals that you want to attain, you have to have a set of rules, things that you do weekly, every day, so you can become a better person, so you can become a better father, better son, better person, a better version of yourself. It's kind of like being in the military. You know, they have certain protocols in the military. They have certain protocols at your job, certain protocols at big businesses like hospitals and banks. You know, there's a code of conduct there because there's certain thing that's expected of everyone that works in that environment or everyone that visits that environment, and it's put there to get things done. Things have to be done in a certain type of way, dependent upon the environment. So you have to structure your life the same, because most guys out here, they're just winging it. They're just winging it, man. They really have no way of attaining very much. You know, most guys are just thinking like this. You know, they're thinking like, okay, who I have to talk to, whose ass I got to kiss to get the job that I want and get close to the resources I want and get close and hopefully get close to the girl that I really want to be with. So most guys are just looking for the next person's ass to kiss. It's sad, but that's the extent of most guys out in society today. They're just trying to find out who ass I have to kiss to get whatever. And it doesn't have to be this way. There's a better way. You have to structure your life in such a way that even if you're not in the best mood to do whatever, it'll still get done. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that, because you're not going to be feeling good every day of your life. Sometimes you're going to be tired. Sometimes you're going to be overworked. Sometimes you're going to be stressed. Sometimes the kid's going to get sick. Sometimes your wife's going to get sick. Sometimes you might get sick. Sometimes you might run out of time. Sometimes you might be on vacation. Sometimes your parents might get sick. Your grandparents might get sick. Your brother, your sister. Life keeps going. And you just can't be at one place at all times. So you have to structure your life and put things in place to keep moving forward, to push you forward, all at the same time. So this is why in the military, they have protocols, and in the military they always say you don't get paid to think, you get paid to do, and that's why the protocols have been put in place because you don't have to think about anything. Just do it. Just do what's been working for the past, I don't know, hundreds of years, I guess, at least before me, you know. Let's do what's been working for the past hundreds of years, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the same results because at the end of the day, it's all about results. The numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So you can structure your life in the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's really, it's not really that complicated. But people make things complicated because in this society, men especially have been conditioned to be mediocre, and they've been conditioned to lose. And depending on where you live and who you are and what group of people you associated with and how you grew up and the circumstances and the position that you're in, sometimes even that can put you at a disadvantage because you have a group of people in society that are being disenfranchised based on political power and clout in society. And even if you have good intentions, most of the time, that's still not enough. Even if you might be the smartest kid in the class, or the smartest girl in the class, or you might have went to a good college, a university, whatever. But that might not still be enough most of the time. And because we live in a kind of a society where it's like it's not really set up for everybody to win. It's not really set up for everybody to prosper. So I think in this day and time, everyone has to find their own way. So you only have 24 hours in a day. So you have to structure your life like it's a business. You have to make things easier on you. But if you're trying to wing it, it's going to be much more difficult. So you have to put things in place where you don't even really have to think about it. It becomes natural. And it'll hold you accountable. And that's how you have to approach your relationships as well. You shouldn't have to really push and grunt to really find people that you like to be around, or find people with similar interests and goals and dreams and aspirations, and people that's full of ambition. Especially with the help of the internet, you don't really have to. It's not like back in the day when I was growing up. Back in the day when I was growing up, wherever you live, if the women that were around you in your area, in your community, or in your town, when I was a kid, if whatever was there, that pretty much was it. That's all we had to work with. But today, you have the internet, you have social media, you have the dating sites, dating apps, you have like sites like Match.com, Plenty of Fish, even Facebook. And with your old classmates, you can go on there and see what's going on with some of them. Some of them are single, some of them are divorced. You can find out what's going on with them. And you can meet people on the other side of the world. You can use Skype. If they have the iPhone, you can FaceTime with them. You can use Facebook Live now. There's a lot of ways to communicate. I think it's too many ways to communicate today. But just choose one that works best for you. That's easy to access for the other person that you're trying to communicate with. That's what I would say about that. But Skype is pretty good and it's pretty simple. And I think most people can get access to that because it's free software. So this you don't really have to. It's not as hard as it used to be, but at the same time, there's a lot of clutter out here today. So at the end of the day, you have to get better as a person, and that's pretty much the best asset you have. Get better as a person, because he who communicates well wins in this society. As far as relationships and personal development and all of that stuff, that's very important. But he who communicates well wins. And that has to be backed up by who you are as a person, your personality, and your personal development, and your ambition, your goals and dreams and aspirations. And people will start to gravitate towards you, and you will develop the spirit of a winner. And that's where you want to end up. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes, years. But you have to keep growing, because at the end of the day, either you're growing or you're dying. There's no in between. And keep this in mind. You're only as strong as the people that you have around you. And if you're by yourself, you're weak by default, because you become an easy target. But if you have a group of people around you, there's strength in numbers. So just try to surround yourself around people that's smarter than you, that's better than you. And you're going to look back years later and you can be proud of what you've done and what you've accomplished. So until next time, if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, Sharp Kings out. Peace.